Am I being arrested, charged, or detained?
You're being charged, yes.
Okay, so
You're going to tell me I'm refused the right for a supervisor to come and take a formal report seriously?
Yeah, turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
Why? I can't
Turn
exercise
around, put
right
your
to free
hands behind your
speech. I can't exercise right to free speech.
What happens when a citizen refuses to give ID to officers he accuses of retaliation? What happens when police refuse to take a report about a stolen home on wheels? And what happens when a man walks into a courthouse claiming his First Amendment rights are being violated? 3 encounters, 3 confrontations, 3 very different versions of the truth. In this episode of Tyrant Cops Files, you'll witness allegations of ID refusal, police retaliation, disputed criminal investigations, and a courthouse showdown over the right to record. Were these officers enforcing the law or crossing the line? Were these citizens protecting their rights or escalating the conflict? Watch closely, examine the facts, decide for yourself. And be sure to support Tyrant Cops Files and the original creators who captured these encounters for public review.
So I'm going to call 911 and request a sense of urgency because I feel threatened.
You're a threat. You know, we're asking you what your name is. All you have to do is give us your name because you're getting a ticket, but you're not giving us your name. So you could be out of here right now if you just gave us your name so we could fill out a ticket. But
I'm working with you, sir. Okay.
What's your name?
I requested your superior without.
Okay.
I have rights. Okay.
Yeah.
I have the right to wait for your superior, and I have every right to have you guys detain me for as long as it takes for your superior to come down here and properly identify me because I refuse the right to you gentlemen. Due to the nature of your retaliatory citations, I refuse to provide my ID to you guys.
Okay, that's fine.
On February 14th, 2022, a heated confrontation unfolded during an animal-related investigation involving a citizen who claimed police had repeatedly retaliated against him. What began as a simple request for identification quickly escalated into an intense dispute over ID refusal, alleged harassment, and accusations of official misconduct.
Okay, then quit asking me because I'm tired of answering your questions.
I'm letting you know why you're sitting here still and why we're here.
I know, dude. Do you understand I've sat on a place longer as a result of being detained for this very same alleged crime for a fucking hour and a half? They call animal control, man. And guess what was on the captain's desk? Information to acquit me of the alleged crime. Okay. That's right, with the head title, Stand Down.
That's why I asked you if you had proof of the rabies.
I don't need to show it to you.
Well, you do.
You suspected me of committing a crime.
I do.
Okay, then. So carry on. Okay, charge me as the criminal you suspect me to believe, and I'll go to court and I'll get this dismissed because that's the very nature of my demeanor.
Okay.
I'm not a criminal.
Okay.
And because I have rights, you have every right to charge me.
Okay.
And I have every right to acquit myself in a court of law.
That's right.
But after you keep charging me and the charges don't stick, I'm going to sue the fuck out of your city.
Okay. That's up to the courts.
I'm only giving internal affairs so much. I told them that. I said I'm taking it to the courthouse. Courthouse wants me to work with internal affairs. Guess what? I'm going to meet in the middle, in the most beautiful of ways. Yes, it does. You're the police SWAT training officer. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You stalked and harassed me before in the past, and you can't recall. That's very interesting,
Here's
sir.
Our supervisor, sir.
How are you doing today, ma'am?
So he won't tell us his name. Contact him. He doesn't have proof of rabies. I asked him if his dog's been vaccinated for rabies because it's a law in Boulder.
And what did I tell you?
He says he doesn't live here. He doesn't need to have.
Nope, that's not what I told you,
Tell
sir.
me, sir.
I told him I educated this gentleman on the law. He suspects me of committing a crime, failure to have a rabies vaccination. The law states that my dog has to be vaccinated. It does not state I have to wear tags on my animal or carry around paperwork or even furnish it upon request. So, if he suspects me of committing a crime, he can write the citation. 3 years ago, I had to have a fax sent to the captain's desk with the attention on a header that said stand down because of the very same nature of these gentlemen.
Was that me? That wasn't me, right, sir?
This gentleman has stalked and harassed me before in the past. He's police SWAT training officer. With that being said, I just went to the courthouse and tried to take out a temporary protection order against him and his partner for stalking. Okay, I've uncovered surveillance. Subsection C of that definition says that that's stalking. Due to the nature of the judge, he believes that this officer's acting within color of guard. Now, what I have are trials coming up that are going to prove retaliatory citations. Due to the nature of this officer's patrol being with this gentleman right here, I feel very threatened as if I'm being retaliated against. Now, I will furnish my information to you, but these gentlemen can get off my back. I will be working with internal affairs, and I will be working with the court system in regards to some of these officers and their crimes against me.
Okay, perfect.
The law states, and I'm going to repeat this, the dog has to be vaccinated. It does not state that he has to wear tags or I have to carry around and furnish paperwork with every stop and go. And if you care to research this law, you can research it and find out I'm accurate in my allegations, okay?
Fine. So what is your name, sir?
Am I being arrested, charged, or detained?
You're being charged, yes.
Okay, so they are ticketing me for failure to, okay. So then what I'll do is, if it's cool with you, I'll reach in my pocket and grab my driver's license and furnish that to you.
Perfect.
Sir, that's all we wanted in the first place.
I don't care what you wanted. I know who you are, and I know your behavior and demeanor.
Okay, let's
I know you retaliate against people every day. And you know what? This gentleman learned from you. And I feel for these two guys I never met before in my life, but I hope you take this into consideration. I'm not crazy. I'm animated. And I don't like being bothered.
Legally, this encounter centers on identification requirements and the officer's authority to issue a citation. Depending on local ordinances and animal control laws, officers may investigate suspected violations, while citizens often retain the right to challenge allegations in court. The citizen argues that repeated enforcement actions amount to retaliation, while officers maintain they are conducting a lawful investigation. From a legal audit perspective, the officers receive a C+ for failing to reduce tension, while the citizen receives a B for asserting rights but escalating the interaction. The key question is this: when distrust becomes this deep, can either side still communicate effectively enough to avoid conflict?
Can you furnish me that code?
I don't have to, I'm telling you.
Listen here, sir. With all due respect, this is why I requested a supervisor. This is misprison of a felony, refusing to take a report in regards to the felony. And you're acting as an attorney practicing law unlicensed right now, which is also a crime. And you are here to solely take a criminal report. In regards to that, hold on one second, sir. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm trying to educate you. Now, the Supreme Court had ruled that it is your sole duty to take a criminal report in regards. And if I am falsifying any information in regards to this report, you will be liable to arrest me. Now, with the state law and federal law considering, I'm going to educate you. Not at one point, at any point in time, was I made aware that I was trespassing. Therefore, it is a crime in regards to the removal of that vehicle from that property because nobody had made anybody aware that a crime's been committed. I'm going to elaborate for you in a clear instance. 1 second, sir.
No, he's talking. You stop talking, okay?
I really wanted to speak with the supervisor so I didn't get gangbanged by a bunch of people who didn't study law.
Do you know the person that owned the property you're parked on?
On August 6th, 2020, a citizen confronts deputies after claiming his RV, his primary residence, was taken and treated as a civil matter. What begins as a request for a supervisor quickly turns into a legal standoff over a criminal report, constitutional rights, and alleged police retaliation.
It's not owned by a private individual. It's owned by a private corporation.
Did that corporation give you permission to park there?
This property has been generally open and accessible to the public in the neighborhood for generations, as I can testify myself to that. There are no posting signs whatsoever that would deem any portion of that property not open and accessible to the general public.
Or the public building, private building?
Sir, this is misprison of a felony if you're refusing to take a report. This is why I seriously wanted a supervisor to come down here and respect my constitutional rights. What is your name, sir? Deputy Weddle. Okay, and your name, sir?
Deputy Moore, 2 O's.
Deputy Moore. I'm sorry?
Spell that for you?
No, sir. I can finagle that from there. With that being said, Violations of U.S. Code and of the Constitution are as follows. Violation of the KKK Act, which is the 3/4 Act, the RICO Act, the Homestead Act, 18 U.S. 241 and 242, and an attempt to extort me for money when I have no contract with them. No contract, no notice, no contract. Therefore, that is a violation of 1961.
You can call the FBI when
Also,
you want federal code.
I did, and they refused, claiming it was civil. However, that is another instance where they are, misprision of a felony and practicing law without a license. They cannot tell me it's civil when I'm filing a criminal report with all the information in regards to such. Violation of Title 42, 1986, and also the 8th Amendment. The grounds that I have for this criminal matter are as follows. You are not to decide that, sir. You are not the judge. You are here to take a criminal report, nothing more. No notice was provided to vacate. That was my sole home and sole dwelling and primary residence that was stolen, along with attempted extortion. The Castle Doctrine and the Homestead Act gives me the express right to occupy and possess and defend my sole dwelling immediately. With that being said, I would request your supervisor down here immediately. Please call your supervisor down here immediately. I asked you to call your supervisor down. It is your job to respect my rights and wishes, considering you are misprisioning felony right now and violating my rights, sir.
Sir, what was your trailer parked?
It was parked far down from the pump house off of Vaughn Street, where the bridge is, right there.
That's going to be detained.
Of course, but considering they are a criminal accessory and the evidence of the crime is here, the crime scene is here, it needs to be handled accordingly. Well, I have to teach you guys because you guys, I do. You guys do not study law, and it's the equivalent to a kitchen hiring a head chef who's never peeled an orange or held a knife or entered a kitchen in their whole life. It absolutely does. I gave you a reference in regards to how the similarity is there. Now you go ahead, sir. What do you have to say?
The town of South Boston is the people that were responsible for towing your vehicle.
No, they were not, sir. If they were, there would be a report number as far as the incident report or call log report, and they would have paperwork in regards to such. If Officer Perkins conspired to withhold evidence while that RV was removed by a private party, he is also involved and will be named as a criminal accessory.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, South Boston Police Department towed your vehicle. The county don't have.
It left the jurisdiction. Yes, it does. And I'm going to teach you about this, sir. I'm not? Okay. Are you too old to learn new tricks? It's okay. I still am requesting a supervisor on scene. You're going to tell me I'm refused the right for a supervisor to come and take a formal report seriously?
Yes, this is not a formal report.
This is not serious, not a formal report, not a criminal act. You studied law yourself, correct? Did you take the bar, sir? Did you take the bar?
No.
Did you take the ball?
I didn't have to take the bar to do this. Yeah, and that's a shame because you enforce law that you know nothing about, equivalent to hiring a head chef who's never been in the kitchen in his life. We need criminal justice reform because you guys violate rights all the time, misprison felonies. This is a conspiracy to deprive me of my rights. Because you don't know the law, ignorance is no excuse for not knowing the law. You all being sheriffs, you are solely bound to make sure other officials are held to constitutional jurisdiction and law.
Where's your vehicle at?
Why don't you ask Franklin's where my home is, since they have it and they are an accessory to a crime. Once they took it, as far as the admission of guilt that I've received, I have no idea where it is. Can you tell me, Mr. Bush, why I'm being refused a superior on scene?
Nobody's refusing you.
Did you not see him refuse me an officer? Because this is being recorded for quality assurance.
You know, you're recording this.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not in agreement with you recording.
Why am I being arrested?
You're being on arrest right now.
Legally, this encounter centers on whether the RV dispute is criminal theft, civil towing, or a property rights issue. The citizen invokes federal laws like 18 U.S.C. 241 and 242, which deal with conspiracy against rights and deprivation of rights under color of law. From the officer's side, they may view this as a civil towing dispute outside immediate arrest authority. From the citizen's side, refusal to take a report appears like denial of due process. I'd grade the officers C for poor communication, and the citizen B- for asserting rights but overloading the scene with complex legal claims. Question: when a citizen reports a felony, should officers document first and let prosecutors decide later?
No phones allowed or recording devices.
Yeah, I saw the new sign up there, but it's also unenforceable by any rules of law. So I would like to proceed into publicly accessible areas in this public building, exercising all of my rights, refusing to relinquish any of them in a conspiracy to deprive me of them. No, what? You're refusing me to exercise my rights?
I'm refusing you to allow you to bring recording devices, phones, or cameras.
Okay.
Come on,
Had you begun to ask me?
Yeah, that is it.
Well, I'm going to have to ask you to go get a supervisor.
I am the supervisor.
Go get your supervisor.
I am the judge.
We've been through this 20 times probably here in the same foyer.
I know, and you still ain't learned.
What's that gentleman's name right there?
That's
That's the gentleman who assaulted me on the steps of the courthouse where the investigation's gone obstructed. Yeah, I can't come in here. I'm going to need you to get me the judge or the Commonwealth attorney.
Well, they're not coming.
I'm in fear for my life.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. That's the gentleman who attempted murder trying to push me down a flight of steps on April 18th at 8:30 in the morning.
I want you to do a FOIA request for that video.
I
And
can't.
I want you to.
I can't.
Why not?
Because they're trying to charge me. It's okay. I don't need to. I'm going to subpoena him. I'm going to subpoena him.
Pushing you down the steps.
He tried to push me down using excessive force with his stomach. Multiple times. Multiple times. Did you not see me lean back? Did you not see me tell him to keep his hands off me?
Please get that video, man.
Go get your supervisor.
I am the supervisor.
Okay. So are you denying me access to this building today?
No. I'm denying your phone and your camera access.
I'm a pro se litigant. I'm exercising the right to record. Do you not care about my right to record public officials in public buildings?
Lawyers have to get permission to record.
June 29, 2022, at Halifax General District Court, a citizen arrives for a hearing while openly recording and challenging a courthouse policy that bans phones and cameras. Within minutes, a dispute over public access, recording rights, and government authority escalates toward a possible arrest inside a public building.
I'm a pro se litigant. I don't care about an actual lawyer.
Okay, so
Does she have her phone on her?
she works here.
She works here? I saw a sign that clearly says no phones, no recording devices. Why does she get an exception to the rule provided to her?
Because if you get paid to be here.
If you get paid to be here, you can break a rule? I'm asking a logical question, sir.
No, you're not.
I'm not. Why does she get to bring her phone inside the building?
Because she works here.
But the rules say no cell phones, no recording devices.
You know, well, you got your recording device in here.
Absolutely, for my protection.
It also says
For the
no
sole
guns.
purposes of criticizing the performance of your official duties.
It also says no guns. I got one of those.
Yes, you're breaking another rule.
Dude, are you putting that stuff down?
No, I'm not. No, I'm exercising my rights.
Well, exercise your right.
You're going to have to arrest me because I'm exercising my right where I'm at right now.
Okay, so you're being
You're going to do whatever you're going to do, right, sir?
okay.
Go ahead.
Disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct? I'm not disorderly.
Are you ready to go?
I'm not disorderly. You're trying to get me off the property on the grounds that I have a cell phone in my hand. You're going to charge me with disorderly? I'm not disorderly.
This ain't the first time.
No, there's no disorder.
So you're not.
You're inciting a riot, depriving me of a protected
I'm not
right.
inciting a riot.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, are you,
Don't touch me.
We ask you to
Don't
leave.
touch me.
We ask you to leave. Are you going to
I
leave?
have evidence on my phone. I'm a pro se litigant. You're treating me vilely and unfairly right now, depriving me of my rights. under Title 18 United States Code Section
Next time I touch you, it's
242,
gonna be with
in a
these handcuffs on
conspiracy
your
under
wrist.
Title 18 United States Code Section 241
Well,
under the
we
First
asking
and
you
Fourth
to leave
Amendment.
with
Please
your-
get your hands off me.
We're asking you to
I
leave.
have court today. This is a conspiracy to obstruct justice.
You can go to court.
You can't take your GoPro and your phone in, buddy. It's right
Don't
down
tell
there,
me
bro.
what I can and can't do.
I can-
You seemingly
we
don't
can
want to
tell
take
you what you
criminal
can and can't
information
do in
from
this
people
building.
that want to file it with
You can leave.
and you retaliate.
Leave.
You're telling me to leave?
Yes.
You're forcefully pushing me with your
No.
hands. You've laid your hands on me,
You're
did
disobeying
you?
the rules.
I'm not disobeying any rules. I know what the law is and I know what rights I have. You're forcefully pushing me out of the building for exercising a protected right.
No
They
other
call for
lawyer
backup,
with
sir.
nobody's hands on in the United
You
States.
did put your hands on me,
Sir,
Faulkner.
leave.
I will be pulling the video. You aren't going to tell me to leave. Who are you?
Yeah.
No cell phones in this
I
building.
don't care who you are or what you wish. I know what the law is and I know what rights I have.
So you
And
know
I know
something
what
that no other lawyer in the country knows. You are so conceited to think that you're
I'm
smarter
conceited.
than
You're
every other
insubordinate
lawyer
and derelict in
in
your
the
duty.
world.
I just explained to you what rights I have. You swore an oath to the Constitution, all three of you, and you're shitting
I'm
on
gonna
it
make it
right
simple.
now.
The sign
Make it
says
simple.
no cell phones.
Yeah.
No
and it
recording
wasn't.
devices.
No, hold on. That sign says no cell phones because I exercise my right to bring recording devices in beyond what a cellular
Well, you
phone
cannot
is.
come in here with no
They
recording
added
device.
another
Yes, sir.
sign.
Right there.
They added another sign.
doesn't
You-
matter if you
Look,
even had the
I'm not
signs
yelling
up.
at you. My voice cracked, man.
I'm gonna crack.
It doesn't
You're gonna
even
what?
matter.
No.
You're gonna crack what?
Use of no recording
Did you just
devices on it.
did you just subtly begin to threaten me?
No, I did not.
Okay. And you saw the video where I was here last time when I was speaking with Faulkner, where a deputy tried to push me down a flight of steps.
yeah, I
You
saw
saw
the
that,
security
right?
video.
Why did you get to see that?
Because I'm the one who takes it off the computer.
You
I'm the
are.
head of security.
And you're willingly talking about criminal
Sir, look,
stuff
just
that
go ahead
occurred
and cooperate.
in
Take
public.
Your phone. Listen, cooperate. Take your phone.
I'm not
going
going to cooperate.
To your vehicle
You don't need to
and come
bark
your court
orders.
case.
I don't work for you. You work for me, and
Yeah,
I'm going
I'ma
to
tell you like
teach
it
you
is
what the
now.
law
You
is,
would
like
not
I
come in
taught
here.
you 3 years ago
Listen,
surrounding
listen,
the theft of my
listen.
RV and
I'ma tell you
personal
something, sir.
property.
I'ma tell you something.
All of my basic
You're not coming
essential
in
needs.
here with that cell
When I
phone
filed a
device.
report with you and you didn't want to take it, I told you I was going to
didn't
teach
file
you
a
something.
report, but you-
Because you didn't take it. You didn't want it. You retaliated.
I had
What you got your
retaliated
cuffs
on-
out for, badass?
Sir, you about to be arrested for disorderly conduct.
I'm not disorderly.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
attempting to exercise rights, and I'm being deprived of my rights. I'm
we
standing
have
ground
asked-
on my rights,
we have
and you
asked
are
you
retaliating
nicely.
against me.
We have asked you nicely, sir.
I don't care what
Put
you're
your
asking
phone
nicely.
in your
That is not
GoPro
backed
in
by
your
any
phone,
rules of
and
law.
then
Go
come
get
back
me a
to
signed court order. You're the boss?
Make it
Go
easy.
get me a signed
I don't
court
need a
order.
court order.
I need a court order, motherfucker. Go get it.
What?
Go get it. Go get me a court order.
Turn around. Put your
Why?
hands behind your
You're under
back.
arrest.
Why? I can't
Turn around,
exercise
put your
right to
hands
free
behind your
speech.
back.
I can't exercise right to free speech. Call the Halifax County Courthouse and the Halifax County Sheriff's Office. They are arresting me for what? For what?
Give me all.
Disorderly
Give me all.
Across all three encounters in the series, the central question never truly changes. Where is the line between lawful authority and individual rights? In Video 1, the conflict centered on identification and citation authority. In Video 2, it shifted to criminal reports and alleged government accountability. In this final confrontation, the dispute becomes access, recording, and enforcement inside a courthouse. From an audit perspective, I would grade government officials a C for communication and de-escalation, while grading the citizen a B- for persistence but frequent escalation. The deeper question is this: when both sides believe they are defending the law, who should decide where authority ends and liberty begins? To continue examining real-world conflicts involving public officials, constitutional rights, and accountability, click the next episode in the Tyrant Cops Files series now.